Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I'm going to read about a very controversial subject, as I normally do on this channel. I'm going to read about climate change. Now, here's the thing I know about climate change. Climate change has been happening for millions and possibly billions of years. We've had ice ages. We've had it so tropical, we grew dinosaurs to massive, massive sizes. So we've been a very warm planet. We've been a very cold planet. We've had pole shifts, and that's not conspiracy. That's been proven. At one point, the North Pole was at the equator, and at one point, Antarctica was warm. And now it's all frozen over. And at another point, at some point, the tropics that we know now will be under ice, and the North Pole will be in the equator. And that's just as it goes. Climate change has been around forever. And there was what's called the Dark Ages. There was 100 days of rain in a row in London in hundreds of years ago, before we had any kind of industry. The Dark Ages were there was a very, very cloudy, rainy, cool summer where nothing really grew, and that was again before we had big vehicles to drive and industry, etc., etc. So that's my take on climate change. Climate change has been around for a million years. Climate change will continue. Here's the question. Are humans escalating climate change? Are we escalating climate change, or are we just simply afraid of climate change because that will change the way we grow our food, etc., etc.? Is it just a money grab? Is it just a tax grab, a money grab? That something is naturally occurring and they're charging us for carbon tax, etc., etc., etc. Unless you're a billionaire and you can you can fly your private plane anywhere you want, or you can take your, mega yacht and go do whatever you want with that as well. Apparently, climate change doesn't affect billionaires. Well, that was a little snarky. Anyways, let's just see what's going on with climate change. Is it a big hoax? Is it just a money grab? What's going on with climate change? Two of Swords upright. Well, Five of Wands upright. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that's the first Earth card. Two of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Man. You know what? There's not a lot we can do about it. We really can't stop climate change. We'd like to think we could, but we are stuck here on this earth with what Earth presents to us. No more than we can stop a volcano, no more than we can stop a tsunami, no more than we can stop a Pineapple Express from flooding California. We just simply can't. We like to think we can, but we are the hanged man. Now, can we do things that help the earth and be more in tune with the earth here with the Two of Cups in reverse? Are we fighting something that maybe we should be more more agreeable with, let's say it that way? I have no doubt in my mind, for example, that pollution is a big part of it. Here's Page of Swords, and by pollution I mean plastic bags in the ocean, the dumps that have waste products, and how we pollute our rivers. And man-made pollution, yes, is a big problem all around the world. But is it affecting the climate? Let's just continue to read. A lot of it here is propaganda. on the internet. This page of swords this is my internet card. This is, tweets and blogs, posts and whatnot. My Knight of Swords is my deep journalism, studies, research, etc. So this tells me on top of the Five of Wands that we might just have a lot of things to make us aware. Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Strength card. Interesting, the Strength card has a lion, and the Two of Cups has a lion here as well. I'm thinking that, and you don't have to be a scientist, the sun has more to do with climate change than we do. This Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, I don't think that we are forwarding anything at this point. King of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Swords upright. I think we have a lot of emotional charged information here. We have two fives. With the King of Cups in reverse is emotionally charged information, not necessarily stable information, not necessarily correct information, especially here with the Five of Swords, because of course swords are words. And this is telling me that this is the squeaky wheel gets the grease. This is exactly what this is telling me. The squeaky wheel on top of the Page of Swords gets the grease. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Is it a money-making scam? I would say with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's actually a money-losing scam. And that's really interesting to me. Wheel of Fortune. The reason I say the money-making scam, this is really interesting to me because how many solar energy, wind power, the governments give them all kinds of subsidies, and none of them make any kind of money, none of them make any kind of progress at all. If anything, I find this fascinating that birds are on here, because if anything, those wind towers kill a lot of birds. And interesting, on the King of Cups, we also have birds, which is, the King of Cups is water sign. So that's why I love this deck. It has some images on it that speak a little bit louder than what the traditional meaning of the card is. So they're definitely not money-making ventures, but somebody's paying the government for all of that. Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, Page of Cups in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Wands. Here we have the Six of Wands again. I think that it's not going as well as they want it to go. They thought that they might have had some kind of, I want to say, or like with this Wheel of Fortune, some kind of money-making scheme going, but it's not going anywhere. Actually, look at this. We have two nines in reverse, meaning it's not being completed. It's not being finished the way it was. And here's my Six of Wands in reverse. And also this Six of Wands shows me the UN, which I've also explained before. I'm not a big fan of. And it's in reverse. So they have not been successful in getting their climate change information out. And if you've been around for a long enough time, at one point it was the ozone layer, like what happened to that? At one point the earth was cooling off, and yes, you can search that, the earth was cooling off, and now the earth is heating up. This is causing all these, all this flooding in California. Well, you know what, it also flooded 100 years ago. And so they're not having a lot of luck pushing this message out. And actually, they're starting to get to some kind of disagreement about it. And I think we're going to see something. They're going to move on here with this Eight of Cups upright and start with something else. I'm wondering, oh, Six of Pentacles. You know, for example, here in Canada, we pay really high carbon taxes, like extremely high carbon taxes, and then the government gives you back some of your money. And you know what happens with that? The Six of Pentacles, I always tell you, the person giving you back your money keeps some for themselves. Um, so I think they're going to start to come up with something new here. I think they're going to move on from the current climate change rhetoric that they put out. They realize it's not connecting with the people. People are not that stupid. So they're going to come up with something else. They're going to come up with something um, that's more confusing, that's more um, delusion, confusion. And they might even start to say something about the sun. That these plasma that we're getting from the sun or the cycle of the sun, now they might start telling us the sun is going to blow up or some such thing, and send your money to the government, will stop the sun from blowing up. I'm just being facetious here, but it's going to be something like that. They're going to come up with something else here about the climate change, about the sun, because look, we've got clouds in here and the sun. So they might be starting to say, something from water. We got water here. Something from the atmosphere now is contributing to climate change, or the sun can't get through the clouds, which I've talked about the chemtrails. The chemtrails could be a big part of this. But they're going to come at us with something else. And in this respect, they're going to say, yeah, you have to pay a lot for just like Canada's doing. I think Canada's one big experiment. They try it on Canada first, and if it works, then they expand it around the world. And because it's all political, King of Swords here in reverse. It's all political. It's all political. There's really nothing very scientific about it other than data. And they'll say, oh, this is the hottest summer ever. How do you know that? Do you have the temperatures from 1,000 years ago? Like, how do you know this is the hottest summer ever? What about when the dinosaurs were here? How hot was it then? How humid was it then? And what changed that? Again, so they could be saying a meteor is coming out in space, and a meteor, is what happened that killed all the dinosaurs. The way they're pointing up like this and up into space, it could be something like that. That they're, we've got to, send something out in space and blow up this meteor or whatever, which they've been predicting for a very long time. So once again, it's going to be falling onto the taxpayers to look after this. This is all political. Queen of Cups, they play on your emotions. They play on your emotions. Nine of Wands upright, Magician in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse. They just play on your emotions. It's all hocus pocus. It's all a money-making scheme. It doesn't help anything, and they know it. But it's almost feeling like it's too late to turn back now. Well, what was that song? It's too late to turn back now. I believe. I'm falling in love. I shouldn't sing. But yeah. I think we need more people to stand up and be strong and say enough is enough. These are our boundaries, and our boundaries are common sense and real science. And can we please stop with this nonsense, with this hocus pocus? Because it's really interesting that it's interesting to me that it's the very wealthiest of countries that are falling for this climate change. And a lot of the third world countries just really could care less. And it's because their politicians know there's no money in it for them. Think about that. Anyways, I hope I didn't put too much of my opinion in. I absolutely read the cards. The cards are telling us that it's bad politics. They play on our emotions. We have to be strong because it's a bunch of hocus pocus, and there's no people just aren't working all together. Not all countries are on board, and they just hold a lot of secrets, and there's not a lot we can do about it. We're the hanged man on earth here, and we're stuck here, and we're stuck with our earth. And yeah, keep it clean. Stop with that pollution that's going into our rivers and our streams and our air. But it's not doing anything for climate change. The earth is going to do what the earth wants to do, whether we try and stop it or not. And especially even if the governments try and stop it, we've got to stand up and regain our power and know our own strength and know our own boundaries of how much they can shove down our throats. All right? Well, make sure you pick up your litter. Don't pollute. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Thank you so much for watching. I sure appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to come to my channel and like the videos and give me some suggestions. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take good care. Bye for now.